Welcome to the Narratives Obscura channel, where hidden stories and untold tales come to life. Dive deep into the unknown and discover the secrets that history has left behind. If you like exploring the obscure, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. A few years ago, I worked the night shift at a very old hospital in a remote area. One night, during the early hours, I decided to head to the staff lounge for a quick nap. As I walked down a long, dark corridor, the only sound was the echo of my footsteps. The lights were off, casting an eerie shadow that seemed to follow me. Suddenly, I heard the agonizing screams of a woman in labor coming from the obstetrics ward, where deliveries took place. The intensity of her cries made it clear that this was a difficult birth. Driven by instinct, I rushed toward the ward to offer assistance. As I entered room after room, I found each one dark and empty. The screams persisted, guiding me to the largest delivery room at the end of the corridor. With my heart pounding, I pushed open the door. The screams abruptly ceased, plunging the room into an unsettling silence. The room was completely empty, its lights off, and the air heavy with an inexplicable chill. Panic set in, and I ran back upstairs, away from the haunted corridor. For weeks, the fear of encountering those ghostly cries kept me from sleeping in that lounge. The following weeks were marked by restless nights and an uneasy feeling that something was always watching me. My colleagues noticed my change in demeanor, but I couldn't bring myself to share what had happened. I feared they would think I was losing my mind. Eventually, I forced myself to walk through that corridor again, my fear gradually subsiding as nothing unusual happened. But the stories from my colleagues during the night shift told a different tale. Almost everyone had experienced something similar, the ghostly cries of a woman in labor echoing through the empty rooms. One night, curiosity got the better of me, and I decided to investigate further. I spoke to one of the oldest nurses on the staff, hoping she might have some explanation. Her face grew pale as I recounted my experience. She revealed that, many years ago, a young woman had died in childbirth in that very ward. Her labor had been long and excruciating, her screams filling the halls until the moment she passed away. Determined to uncover more, I started digging into the hospital's history. I found old records and spoke with longtime staff members. The story of the woman who died in childbirth was well known, but there were also whispers of other strange occurrences. Objects would move on their own, cold spots would appear out of nowhere, and sometimes staff and patients alike would catch fleeting glimpses of a shadowy figure at the end of the corridor. One particularly chilling account came from a janitor who had worked the night shift for decades. He told me about a night when he was cleaning the very corridor where I had heard the screams. He saw a woman in a hospital gown standing at the end of the hall, her face contorted in pain. When he approached her, she vanished into thin air, leaving behind only the faintest echo of a cry. Armed with this knowledge, I felt a strange mix of fear and empathy. The ghost wasn't just a frightening apparition. She was a lingering soul trapped in a loop of endless suffering. One night, I decided to stay late and face the corridor again, but this time with a plan. I lit a candle and quietly walked to the obstetrics ward, speaking softly to the air, hoping that the ghost could hear me. I told her that she was not alone, that her pain was felt and acknowledged, and that it was okay to move on. The air felt heavy, charged with an unseen energy, and for a moment, I thought I heard a soft sigh. After that night, the screams stopped. The corridor, though still eerie, seemed less oppressive. I shared my experience with the staff, and we collectively decided to remember the woman not as a ghost, but as a tragic figure who deserved our respect and compassion. Though I could walk through the corridor without fear now, the memory of those ghostly cries and the story behind them remained etched in my mind. Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, be sure to subscribe and activate the notification bell to stay up to date with our latest mysteries. If you found this video intriguing, please like it and share it with other explorers. See you on your next adventure.